give a round of applause to the Honorable Justice Robredo.
Maraming salamat at magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ang pagbati po na nanggagaling sa aming kawanihan. Ms. Octavia Borthwick of OSAID, Key Johnson of the Asia Foundation, Ms. Emily Abrera of the Foundation for Communication Initiatives, of course, Commissioner Sarmiento of the Commission on Elections, our benefactors and friends of PWDs. A pleasant good afternoon to all of you. Si Ginang Borthwick po ay tinagalog yung good afternoon. Ako po Englishin ko. Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Congratulations to the launching of the Fully Abled Nation, a 3-year program that seeks to increase the participation of PWDs in the coming 2013 Philippine midterm elections. Today's launching is truly a revolutionary event. Most people assume that disability is only a social welfare concern. It is in fact a human rights issue. While you need special lanes or walkways, buildings with wider doorways, and other facilities that you can actually use everywhere, there is one more equally important need of the PWDs, and that is your right to vote. Our friends here know how difficult it is for persons with disability to exercise their right to suffrage. According to an SWS survey of PWDs and Filipino adults, there was a drop in participation of PWDs in elections. The number of PWDs who voted in 2007 decreased from 60% to 54% in 2010. Those who registered but did not vote rose from 14% to 21%. On the other hand, some 22% of PWDs of voting age did not even bother to register. Among those who did not vote in the 2010 elections, 17% were ashamed to vote because of their disability, another 17% because of mobility problems, 16% because they were either sick or bedridden, and 10% because nobody would shade or read the ballot for them. PPCRV Chair Henrietta De Villa estimated around 9 million Filipinos are PWDs, and some 2.6 million to 3 million are in fact qualified to vote. Dapat pakinggan po ito ng mga politiko. 2.6 million hanggang 3 million ang boto po ng PWD sa ating bansa. However, COMELEC only has 742,000 registered PWDs in its record as of January 2012. However, despite their number and the COMELEC special registration for PWDs, many PWDs still find it difficult to register and vote because of the different and difficult circumstances they face. I agree with COMELEC Commissioner Rene Sarmiento that we need more registration sites, more accessible voting precincts, perhaps ballots printed in Braille, sign language interpreters for PWDs, among others, to be able to help PWDs exercise their right to vote. It is true that PWDs have continuously pounded the table for everyone to take notice. It was the community of the disabled themselves who worked tirelessly and insistently to promote their rights. I have always rallied behind your cause because this is more personal to me than any of you might think. I'm no stranger to PWDs. My father himself is a PWD, he is blind. He had been stricken with a rare eye ailment and has been blind ever since I was 4 years old. And since the ailment was hereditary, 2 of my siblings are also blind. Visual impairment runs in the family. But let me tell you that in all the elections that I've run for office, my father voted. And my brother voted as well. And let me also tell you how difficult it is, by the way. Unless somebody accompanies the voter, of course, they have a lot of personal interest and stake in the electoral contest. But unless somebody really accompanies the voter, then very likely they will not exercise their right to vote. That's why when I say I know how you feel, I really mean it, because our family experienced them too. It has been my personal advocacy to look after the welfare of the PWDs. As a former mayor of Naga, we've given PWDs a voice by giving them a seat at the table, by making sure that PWDs are represented in the Naga City People's Council so that we can listen to and respond to their needs. Before I left as mayor, we have already set up a resource center for the blind in the city, where we have books in Braille and a computer program which allows them to use the internet. Now, as the Secretary of the Interior and Local Government, we have pursued several initiatives to promote the rights and welfare of PWDs. We acknowledge the fact that local government units need to look closely and pay attention to the needs of PWDs. Let me just digress a little. Probably all of them will listen more if they know that they will vote. Palagay ko, alam naman ho natin yung saysay sa buhay natin sa lipunang ito. Ang pinakikinggan yung sumusulat sa balota. At kung ang 2 milyon o 3 milyong PWD ay boboto, sigurado po ko pakikinggan siya ng ating pong mga hinahalal. In September 2010, we issued a memorandum to all governors, city mayors, and municipal mayors to create a Persons with Disability Affairs Office. LGUs are mandated by the Magna Carta for Disabled Persons to organize and establish a PDAO in every province, city, and municipality. Section 4 of Republic Act 170 provides for the allocation of LGU funds from local revenues for the implementation of PDAO activities and for the PDAO funding to be included in the LGU's annual plans and budget. If we relate it to what we're doing this afternoon, I'm certain that beyond the circulars of DILG, a unit at the local level who will advocate and at the same time make sure that their voices are heard will ensure compliance with all the circulars. In consideration of budget constraints, mayors of 4th, 5th, 6th class municipalities, in lieu of the creation of a PDAO, may designate a PWD focal person who shall perform the functions of the PDAO. My directive requires the PDAO or the PWD focal person to formulate and implement policies, plans, and programs for promotion of welfare of PWDs, coordinate and implement the provision of the Republic Act, the accessibility law, and other relevant laws at the local level. They are also tasked to gather and compile statistics and relevant data on PWDs in their localities, disseminate information on programs and activities for PWDs, including children with disability, and training and employment opportunity, among others. The department has also issued a memorandum circular as early as 2009 calling on all local chief executives to establish health desks in their rural health units to attend to the health needs of PWDs. It should be among the primary concern of LGUs. There is a need for every municipality and city in the country to establish the desk in order to provide quality and affordable healthcare services for PWDs. This desk should be manned by rural health officers and should take care of PWDs without discrimination. Again, just to reiterate, this can be better implemented and better enforced if there are registered and voting PWD members advocating for their interest at the local level. If there are organized groups of PWDs who will advocate this at the national level, and just taking a look at the numbers, I'm certain that they'll be listened to. The DILG want to achieve PWD responsive LGUs, those that put premium on welfare and protection of the rights of the PWDs, as well as mainstreaming of disability issues within their jurisdiction. To achieve this goal, we have to intensify capacity building of local officials and provide funds for training programs of PWDs. There is much work that remains to be done to produce results. While we do not have a magic wand to make it all happen overnight, I assure you that the government and many concerned groups and individuals are working tirelessly to uphold the rights of and break the barriers for people with disabilities. Congratulations to the launching of Fully Abled Nation. Thank you to Asia Foundation and to the Australian Aid for their support for the program. Instrumental is the collaboration of the Foundation with our disabled people's organizations, COMELEC, PPCRV, LGUs, NGOs, and CSO partners and other stakeholders. Our concerted efforts should include a vigorous campaign for our lawmakers to push for the rights of PWDs to vote. All of us have a moral duty to break barriers for people with disabilities. For societies to truly function, no one should be left behind. Thank you and congratulations. Hindi lang po kaya ko, kundi kaya nating lahat.